Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Beanie and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about a theory that I've just kind of stumbled across on Reddit. I'll source it in just a second, but it is really juicy, and it could point to some incredible legends that we could get in MLB The Show 18. Now, this isn't confirmed or anything like that, but it seems like a really plausible theory that I stumbled across on Reddit. And so let me just explain. For the past 3 years, MLB The Show has had legends since MLB 15, and they have licensed those legends through the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association. So every single legend, I think 90 of them, all 90 of them have belonged to the MLBPAA. So we always kind of had an idea of which legends we could expect to maybe potentially be in the game, and it was just a matter of like which one SDS was gonna pick to put in this particular year. Well, this year that's kind of been blown up because of Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is not a part of the MLBPAA, or his estate isn't a part of that. His estate is controlled by something called the Luminary Group, I think. The Luminary Group. And I stumbled across this from Tristan Ryan on Reddit, who posted this. He's always been on top of this kind of stuff. He's a pretty good source for things like this. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. So, with Babe Ruth not being a part of the MLBPAA and him being a part of the Luminary Group, that might not seem like it implies a lot, but there are some other really interesting names that are attached to the Luminary Group. And it makes me and Tristan wonder if SDS has come into an agreement with the Luminary Group to license all of their players and put them into MLB The Show. And the list of names is really interesting. Okay, so far in the trailer, we have confirmed, I think it's 7 and maybe 8 legends that could potentially be in the show. That's Troy Percival, Doc Ellis, Pee Wee Reese. Let me just get the damn list here. Troy Percival, Doc Ellis, Pee Wee Reese, Benito Santiago, Lee Smith, Don Sutton, Babe Ruth, and maybe Mike Piazza. None of those players are really a surprise because I'm pretty sure that all of them are part of the MLBPAA. But there are some really interesting names that are a part of that Luminary Group that could show up. And let's go through a list of those names. Okay, there are 6 names that are really interesting, and the first one, and the one that I would be the most excited about, is Satchel Paige. Satchel Paige would be an incredible pitcher to have in MLB The Show. We're talking about a guy that pitched into like his freaking 50s or something. Maybe, didn't he pitch whenever he was like 62 or something? That would be a crazy get for MLB The Show. The next one that, honestly, I might be just as excited about Satchel Paige is Josh Gibson, who is also controlled by the Luminary Group. And Josh Gibson would probably dismount Joe Mauer as the best catcher in the game. There's a reasonable argument that Josh Gibson is the best baseball player of all time. Definitely the best player that never played in the major leagues. He was a monster. A lot of people said that he hit like over 800 home runs or something. And then we start to get really old-timey with names like Honus Wagner and Walter Johnson. Those two, are you kidding me? Honus Wagner, he has the most expensive baseball card of all time. He's one of the best shortstops of all time. He has an insane career WAR. He was an amazing player for his time, and Walter Johnson, for his era, is maybe the most dominant pitcher ever. I mean, we're talking about some juicy names here, guys. And the last 2 on the list, I believe, are Mordecai Three Finger Brown, and oh yeah. Just as a little side throwaway, Cy frickin' Young, the all-time wins leader, the guy who pitched like every game ever. He would have 172 stamina. I mean, come on now. These names are absolutely insane, and the fact that they got Babe Ruth, I mean, it makes me think that they had to get an agreement with this group to get the umbrella of all of these players, so they're going to be able to license all of these players. Now, I'm not saying for sure that they're going to be in MLB The Show 18, at least not all of them. Maybe they decide to put only like 2 or 3, including Babe Ruth, into this game, and then they decide to put the other ones in next year's game. That's very possible. I mean, there are a lot of players in the MLBPAA, but they pick and choose which ones they want each year. They could do the same thing with the Luminary Group, so it's not a guarantee that we get all of these names. But it does seem like it's very, very possible that they now have the rights to all of these players, which is incredibly important because it means that we could see these guys in MLB 19 and MLB 20. The Luminary Group is a pretty big deal when it comes to like the all-time great classic players that you think about. It's a pretty big get for San Diego Studios if they did reach an agreement with them. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens going forward. But yeah, I just thought I would bring that little bit of speculation to you. I thought it was really interesting. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video or the next stream, who knows. But until then, peace.